Hello, everybody. A very, very warm welcome to this year's West of England Royal Television Society Student Awards. My name is Lynn Barlow and I have the privilege of chairing the West of England RTS Centre, and I'm also a member of the board of the Royal Television Society. Like everything in this topsy-turvy world right now, tonight's event is a little different. We aren't packed into the Everyman Cinema in Bristol in our glad rags and waiting to pop a few corks at the end. But this evening's event has just as much love from us at the RTS. And of course, a little bit of sadness that we're in the digital rather than physical space. We also have fewer categories than we would normally have, but the quality of this year's work is equal to, if not better than ever. So a huge congratulations to everybody who submitted entries and to all our nominees this evening. You are the real stars of the future. Okay, so before we get on with the main business of the evening, I've got some housekeeping, so listen carefully. Please stay on mute throughout the evening. I'm sure that's not the first or the last time you've heard this in this last crazy year. Please stay on mute. Now, if you're a winner, please can you use the hand icon? And then we can bring you onto the platform and see you. And if you'd like, you can say a few words. Greta, who you can see, and Gabe, who you can see, are on tech this evening. So it would really helpful for them if you can put your hand up if you win, so we can bring you onto the screen. So that goes for the three major categories, and it also goes for the handful of craft awards that we'll be giving at the end of the evening. So if you are a winner, put your hand up, we'll bring you onto the screen and you can say a few words. Don't feel you have to say a few words, but it would be nice to hear from you. We're delighted to have Laura Aviles with us this evening. Laura's on the top right-hand block for me. Laura, if you don't know, is Senior Bristol Film Manager at the Bottle Yard Studios. Now, she's going to share some very exciting developments with us about the future of the West's very own Hollywood. So she'll be joining us in just a few minutes, but let's set the scene for the RTS with our wonderful showreel. Over to you, Gabe.
Look at this.
Absolutely, we are your Royal Television Society. So without further ado, I should say, I'd like to hand it over to Laura, who's going to tell us all about the Bottle Yard. Laura.
Thank you, Lynn. Good evening, everyone. I'm really delighted to be here this evening to join you in recognising the wealth of talent we've got here in the West of England. Here's a brief showreel to give you a taste of what we get up to at the Bottle Yard.
House of Tudor, I give to you Catherine of Aragon.
This is the play, what I have wrote.
Show some respect. He is literally
up a creek without a paddle.
You think I have a calling?
You will be mother to the King of England.
Could I have some condoms?
Is it for sex?
It's not against the law.
No, being in love with someone isn't, but stalking is.
Brilliant. Nicely done. Please, let's not start all that again. That's it. That's who we are.
So that gives you an idea of the productions we've had on site, and I'd just like to tell you a bit more about the Bottle Yard. I'm just going to share my screen, which is always interesting. Here we go. Right, I'm hoping that everybody can see that. So, as you can see from these logos, the Bottle Yard does not operate in isolation. It's a Bristol City Council facility and works really closely with the Bristol Film Office. The idea behind that is to promote a single consistent offer to the industry, which should cover both studio filming and support on location in the city. And alongside cities such as Mumbai, Rome and Sydney, Bristol was awarded UNESCO City of Film status in 2017, which recognises the city's fantastic achievements as a world leader in the field of film and moving image, which also covers animation, VR, VFX and many more things. So, if I can move to my next slide, one moment, there we go. This is a picture of me taken pre-COVID, obviously when hairdressers were still open, so I just wanted to flag that I don't always look like this. I've worked in the film and television industry for most of my working life, starting out in film production at H2E West, delivering to American studios such as Columbia, Warner Brothers, back in the 80s when we were absolutely the flavour of the month, and then moved into factual and natural history documentary filmmaking for Granada, BBC and various independent production companies in and around Bristol. Before moving to Bristol City Council, I was head of production at BBC Earth Productions, which was a subsidiary of BBC Worldwide. And I'm passionate about two things. The first is Bristol. It's my hometown, absolutely love it. Everyone I know goes away to study, comes back. It's just the best place. And my second passion is bringing film and high-end TV drama production back to the fore in this region. So as you can imagine, I was absolutely thrilled to be offered the position of Senior Bristol Film Manager back in August. And since then, I've witnessed unprecedented growth in the demand for UK stage space. And that's in the middle of a pandemic, which is really saying something. And my challenge is to bring the Bristol Film Office and Bottle Yard Studios closer together and grow Bristol's reputation as a centre of excellence for film production. It's been a really challenging time for studios and location filming, but I'm really pleased to say that the industry is holding up remarkably well under very testing circumstances. As you can see from this picture, the Bottle Yard is a sprawling site. It covers around 7 acres with 8 studios, production offices, makeup, costume, construction spaces. The large building in the centre, that's our main warehouse where we have 3 studios, a lot of tenants and a lot of the ancillary spaces located there. At the top of the picture, the larger buildings are tank houses, are really big studios which are very popular. And to the left is the studio backlot. Obviously no set built on in this picture, but that can house any exterior builds and unit bases for the production teams coming on site. And I'd say we've got just under 30 permanent tenants on site at the moment. So it's home to a really comprehensive creative hub of industry-related companies. And that includes set builders, grip services, audiovisual, transport, costume, makeup, and so on. And we've also recently welcomed CAMERA to the site. And I have to read this because that's short for Centre for the Analysis of Motion Entertainment Research and Applications. It's all very exciting stuff. They're leasing one of these big tank houses that you can see for a new innovative motion capture studio. And they'll be using cutting edge technology for post-production VFX, performance analysis and physical rehabilitation tools for sports and healthcare. So it's not just TV and film related. And they're research funded, they've got funded research, sorry, and are going to be sharing a lot of their intelligence with small and medium-sized companies who can't afford to access that type of research themselves, which is great news. So the Bottle Yard has been host to a variety of productions from period dramas, for example, Poldark, Spanish Princess, Pursuit of Love, to contemporary series such as The Last Bus, which has just recently finished filming with us. That's for Netflix and made by Bristol's very own Wild Seed Studios, which is great to see a homegrown company, and game shows such as Tipping Point. As all production was shut down during the first COVID lockdown, many of these companies are now trying to catch up. And thanks to the British Film Commission's really comprehensive COVID guidelines issued back in June, production began to ramp up again really quickly. Bottle Yard was also one of the first to start again, and has kept going ever since without any stops, as far as I'm aware, through strict practices across the board. Both the Bottle Yard and Bristol Film Office are obviously experiencing significant increase in demand, and that's for both location filming support and studio space, with productions such as The Offenders, Becoming Elizabeth, The Last Bus for Netflix on site at the Bottle Yard, and we've had Alex Rider 2, which is for Amazon, Extinction for Sky, and The Offenders again filming on location in the city. And you may well have seen Offenders filming on College Green on Monday, a protest sequence. So keeping the crews and the public safe is their main priority, and the teams and productions have done so remarkably well. Personally, I think that studios and film locations are some of the safest workplaces to be at the moment. So the unprecedented demand for studio space is not only driven by the lockdown catch-up. Streaming platforms and broadcasters are ramping up their demands as their binge-watching models require a substantial pipeline of content, as my daughter proves almost every week and watch a box set of 10 episodes in a day. So I think these streaming platforms have a lot of work to do. Netflix has increased its budget by 50% for British-made film and TV shows, and the UK is now firmly established as one of their most important production hubs outside of America, which is great news for us. And the main growth engine behind all this is high-end TV production, and almost 80% of expenditure is from the likes of Netflix, Amazon, and Disney. So all indications are that this growth pattern is set to continue, and new studios are being built throughout the UK. You probably hear about them constantly. And we are definitely not missing this opportunity for growth in the Southwest. With initial plans for the development of a nearby site recently given approval, the Bottle Yard is set to increase its studio offering from 8 stages to 11, as you can see on screen here, with the accompanying ancillary space for makeup, costume, construction and production offices, and also enough space for a backlot and unit parking too. But the increase in national studio space has obviously highlighted a shortage of crew to service these productions. These studios are popping up really quickly. And the Bottle Yard is therefore working on the development of a local skills agenda to create a talent base to meet this increased demand and encourage visiting productions to employ local crew, which is our main intention. Being situated in South Bristol, the Bottle Yard is also then able to support Bristol City Council's own strategy for the regeneration of South Bristol, which is one of the most deprived areas in the country. So finally, to make sure we can accommodate this surge in demand, we need to encourage new talent into the industry, which is why I'm so supportive of student awards. They showcase the wealth of creativity we have in the West of England and provide a platform for our young talent to display their end products. Bristol is already seen as a centre of excellence for factual and natural history production. And with the growth in demand for high-end TV drama and the expansion of the Bottle Yard Studios, I'm hopeful we'll soon see more drama production companies actually relocating to our region. So I hope this has been a really useful insight for you into one area of your chosen industry. It's never been a better time to join. Thank you very much. Back to you, Lynn.
Well, thank you, Laura. Absolutely agree. I completely agree with that. It has never been a better time to be involved in television and film. And I think we can all say one of the few pleasures of lockdown, am I allowed to say that? Have there been pleasures in lockdown? As actually, we've shared so much television watching, haven't we? I mean, I, for one, I always talk about television. I've always talked about television. I'm a television junkie, but I have never talked about television as much as I have in the last year. Every single call I have with friends seems to centre around, what have you watched? What should we be watching? Thank you very much, Laura. It's really exciting to have a big investment in new sound stages out at Bottle Yard, and I know everybody taking part this evening will be excited about that too. So thank you very much for your time. I know you're very busy. I think you said earlier you've got 500 people on site at the moment. That's quite an operation. So we'll leave you to get back to that, but thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so on to the reason why we're all here. Okay, now first of all, I'm just going to keep you waiting a few minutes longer because first of all, I want to say a big thank you to all our judges who've given up their time to watch your wonderful work. I know some of them are in the audience this evening, and if they are, thank you very much. But let me just read through who they are because I think it's important to know who's been looking at your work. So in the unscripted category, we had Patrick Carney, who's an assistant producer at Keogh Films in London, Claire Richards, who produces and directs documentaries, Nicole Bartlett, who is a researcher with Phoenix TV, and Chris Chapman, who is a producer. In the scripted category, we had Ben Luria, who is a Bristol editor, Hugo Pettit, who is a producer, Hannah Cornick, who is an SP, a series producer, and Candice Hayden, who is a researcher and production coordinator, and was also our chair of judges this year. And in the animation category, we had Jamie Love, who is a producer and an edit assistant. We had Jeremy Routledge, who is the founding director of Call the Shots, Paul Greer from BDH, a graphics and visual effects company, and Flo Bird from Doghouse. So a huge thank you to all our judges, because I know you're very, very busy. Okay, so let's get on with the awards. So I'm going to hand over to my lovely colleague and one of the two vice chairs at the West of England Royal Television Centre, Rachel. You're on mute. Can somebody send me a T-shirt which has that written on it? You're on mute, because we all say that.
I was very excited to get my moment of glory that I forgot to turn myself off. But can you hear me now?
We can hear you loud and clear, Rachel. Over to you.
Great. So this is the exciting part of the evening, I hope. So I'm from Drummer TV, just really quickly, because I've been told to say a little bit about us. We're a production company based here in Bristol, run by me and my very lovely business partner, Tamsin, who's not here, but I have to mention her so that she's not forgotten. And we specialise mainly in factual programming for people of all ages, from children through to adults. So as a company, we really value training, and I'm really proud to be here tonight because we have had loads of people on work experience from all the universities that are represented here. So, keep getting in touch and keep coming on work experience. We love having you. So before I reveal the winner, let's look at the nominations for the best scripted programme.
Bam! Oh no! Oh God! Kapow! He has to perform some kind of skilled acrobatic thing up to the letterbox, and bam! He shoots up into the sky. Pew! I wasn't quite sure about that end bit. Badge laces and stuff.
That's my favourite bit. Maybe the shredder could get trapped in them.
No, doesn't happen.
No. Oh, well, I still like it. I better scoot off. Sorry, little dude.
But wait, look at the new design. Secret gadgets and cool badges for your satchel.
Good stuff, man. Hey, why don't you see if Max wants to read your new comic?
He wouldn't think you're a real superhero.
No, I see. Well, why don't you play something else?
I can't believe you wait until now to tell me that you don't care. Well, you know what? If that's the way you feel, this is over.
You wouldn't last 15 seconds without me.
15 seconds? What on earth could possibly happen in the next 15 seconds?
Later, yeah?
You know, Fran, you know that.
You have 2 new messages. 1 saved message.
Hey, Sarah again. The police are here. They gave me his journal, so they found it where he left. They're asking questions. Past tense. Why are they talking about him in the past tense? They want to speak to you. I want to speak to you. Return my calls. Please.
Wow. So University of Gloucestershire, or Gloucester, I'm not sure which. But anyway, either way, you have completely smashed this category. It's amazing. Every single film was from your uni. So congratulations to all the students, the teachers, and the supporting staff as well, because I'm sure you all had loads to do with it. So on to the award. The judges said, and I quote, "It's a brilliant, artistic little film. Well directed despite the challenges of working with," and this is the giveaway clue, "such inexperienced children. A genuinely laugh out loud, funny script and fantastic production design. Creative shooting and good fun editing brought this film together as a thoroughly enjoyable film." And another judge said, "A funny and charming take on the superhero genre, which works well on so many levels. From beginning to end, this film has a true feel-good factor." So the winner is, drumroll, Paperboy. Congratulations. So is anybody from Paperboy round here?
Hey, many congratulations.
My living room.
That's all right. So George, you will get one of these.
I thought I was doing
I think we've all got them to wave at you. So please, over to you if you would like to make a short acceptance speech.
Yeah, I obviously want to shout out to my crew. It was a really difficult shoot working with such young children, and I'm honestly so proud of every single one of them for the positivity they brought to set and just the whole production. Directing them was really difficult, and so everyone putting into their role as amazingly as they could really helped. So yeah, thank you so much, and well done, crew. I'm super happy with everyone.
Hey, well done, hooray! Thank you. Oh, well, that's a lovely start, and lovely to see George there. Okay, and on to the animation category, and I'm going to hand over to Mike. No.
You're on mute.
Here's my T-shirt.
Sorry, I done it.
You're on mute.
That's all right. So yeah, thank you so much, Lynn, for that introduction. And yeah, it's great to be here, be on the panel and at the RTS Students Awards. Lots of amazing films that have been submitted. So yeah, my name is Michael Jenkins. I'm one half of Black Wave Productions, which is a film and TV production company based here in Bristol. We actually launched last year. We're all about, you know, that the ethos of the company is to really, you know, tell those untold stories and give a platform to unheard voices. So that's a little bit about us, but let's move on to what we're all here to hear about. So before we announce the winner of the Best Animation category, can we see the nominations?
Ready?
Oh, don't we have a hungry one here? Oh, look at this. Oh, eat away. That's it. Eat away.
Amazing films right there. So well done to everybody that submitted. Some really good films, some great talent there. But the winner, so the judges said of the winner, its bold visual style, compromising of cutout animation techniques, which recalls Terry Gilliam, and the use of music and sound mixing, make this a slightly uncanny and disturbing visual poem. It utilizes the medium well to provoke a strong sense of atmosphere, straddling both dream and nightmare. Another judge said, delightfully unhinged and English pastoral, with some lovely moments like the breaking apart of the old man. So if you haven't guessed it already, the winner is, drum roll please, for the best animation RTS Student Awards 2021, and it goes to My Favorite Hill. Well done, My Favorite Hill. Well done, guys. Is there anybody from the team My Favorite Hill? Is there anybody from the team that wants to say something?
Put your hands up, please, and then we can admit you. Greta says yes. Hey.
Great, congratulations. Congratulations, Chris. Just to let you know, you'll be receiving one of these awards. And yeah, well done. And have you got any words to say? Have you got anything to say?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't prepare anything, but thanks so much. That's amazing. I don't know why I look so orange at the moment. But no, yeah, it was a bit of a kind of one-man band film, but thanks to my tutor, Lewis, who helped me through the whole process, and the UE animation staff and students. It was a lovely environment on campus to make some of the film. The first minute was made on campus, the rest was at home post-lockdown. But yeah, no, thanks so much. That's amazing. Thank you.
Great.
Congratulations.
Big congrats.
Thank
you. So before we go on to the last category, if you're tempted, if you haven't won in either of the two previous categories, if you're tempted to run away, remember that we do have some craft awards at the end. So you never know, you might be nominated for one of those, you might get one of those. So hang around until the end if that's okay. Okay, on to the final category, which is non-scripted, and I'm going to hand over to my lovely friend, Glenn.
Hello, Lynn. Thank you all. I just want to congratulate all the nominees tonight for making a film over the last year. It's such a challenge, and it shows kind of your creativity and your passion for telling stories and putting it out there for us all to watch. I was trying to think of something to say tonight, and I couldn't really think of anything off the top. So I looked at my CV going back to when I first started, which is 27 years ago now, and I suddenly realised kind of what a journey it's been and what this business could give you. The kind of some of the films I've had the pleasure to work on. And I went through a kind of a list of things I would have no interest in otherwise. So I learned about the Tsars of Russia, British law from the Middle Ages, the story of France through its art. I managed to work in Bombay, telling the story of the railways of Bombay. I now know how to bake cakes of any kind, biscuits and breads. A Merseyside soap opera, undercover stories revealing the corruption in horse racing, expeditions to find almost extinct animals. And now I can't tell you anything that I do because you work for Apple and Disney and Netflix, and you're not allowed to say anything to anyone anymore. And what I find really exciting is to look back and I would never have expected to go on that journey at all. And you guys are all starting that journey now. So I think that's fantastic. So after all that, I think it's time to see the nominations for the category of unscripted. Over to you, Gabe.
Scene turn, shot 5.
Okay, so my name's Kira. I'm from North London. I'm 20. I am studying history at Bristol. I do social media, and I guess some people call me an influencer. I first noticed them going up really when I was probably about like 8,000 followers, which isn't like, it's pretty easy to get to that kind of point. And then I think it was Hyson Biety emailed me and they were like, oh, we're doing a Muse of the week every week or something, like we want to do you for it. And I was just like, oh my god, yeah, that sounds great. And it wasn't. I got really badly bullied. Like, people completely laid into me. But after that article, it did, like, I boosted up to like 15,000. And then once you kind of reach a point, because you're going on like the popular page and like people reblogging you and stuff, it just grow up naturally.
Oh, I didn't want it to go for end of. I just felt no. But then, you know, once she demonstrated her determination, I felt like it was futile to try and stop her or prevent her from going. And why would you do that, really? Other than I felt it was just my own attachments with Maggie that was giving that reaction of, oh, I don't want you to go, you know. I did feel it was a bit rushed, but that's all. I just didn't want her to go. It's hard as the mother to unpick what are the true emotions, you know, and what are the actual reasons, good reasons for not doing something. She has an idea of what she wants to do, and then she works out the steps to get there, and she just does it.
His bedtime story tonight will be his rite of passage. He will no longer have the luxury of ignorance and the bliss that comes with it. He will have to sit there as I tell him of the poison that pumps through his veins. I will tell him of that thing that can never be removed, the target on his back. I will shatter all the illusions he may have about equality. I will whisper to him of the monsters that chase him. I will show him the images that say you will never walk this earth as any other man. You do not belong here. And when he finally closes his eyes, he will see only one colour. Red. The red that flows from the blood of his people. The red that threatens to consume him with anger. The red that connects my heart to his.
I can't remember a day where I didn't ache or I didn't feel tired. I can't remember the last time I felt that. Even if I've been off injured, I'm still aching. Essentially, like when you first get a wild horse and you got to break it in, like, do you know what I mean? You're breaking yourself in, week out, trying to achieve your potential and trying to get to the next level. You're giving so much to a sport you don't necessarily get a lot out of. So obviously, like I said, you're putting all this effort into eating right, drinking right, training right, and then you're doing well in a comp and you get an injury, like I partially tore my bicep. And then you sort of evaluate, so why am I doing this? Like, I'm breaking myself, I've got to have time off work, put myself in further debt, but it's an addiction. You want to do well, and like, I can't turn my back on the sport in a minute. I think if I do eventually get a career-ending injury, I'll probably still train around it, but I'll probably lose a lot of weight. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be this size forever, it's too big.
The origins of ours is that we were yelling things we thought needed to be said, like trans happiness is real, but also we know who we are. The origins of the transphobic ones, they're a lot more gruesome. These were some of the first ones that appeared. Really gross, really graphic. The hashtags, trans cult is the theory that like all trans people are some weird cult that like is trying to recruit and is trying to like put cis women in danger. I don't really get it. I mean, I wish we were a cult. We'd be a lot more solidified and capable of getting things done. I hate these ones, especially because they use our flags and you kind of, at first, think that it's going to be like a positive sticker and it's going to be someone supporting the community, and it's not, and you kind of have to speak turf quite clearly to get that they're coded attacks against trans women.
I watched a documentary about phone sex, and in desperation I thought, I'm going to give it a go. People were thinking I was a real dominatrix on the phone, and I was enjoying it and was good at it. They started asking if they could book sessions with me, and I remember saying to my daughter, they keep wanting to book sessions with me, and it was her that actually said, well, why don't you do it then? You're doing it anyway on the phone for peanuts. And it was like a duck to water.
She asked me what fisting was. I said, right, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get you a special dictionary, and we're going to have to find out what all of these words and terms are, because I can't have you coming into me every evening with Steve on the phone asking me,
when somebody said they like water sports, and I said, oh, I've been jet skiing. Right. My first session, the sub bought me a cane and wanted me to cane him, and I was terrified because I didn't know then how much I would enjoy it. So I strutted around whipping this cane, hoping that would do, until he eventually said, are you going to cane me then, mistress? So I had to get on with it.
That last nomination clip seemed wonderfully long. Congratulations to all the nominees, but there must be a winner, and the judges had this to say about the winner. Incredibly moving and powerful film, which was put together so professionally. Every element of it was outstanding. The sound design, the contributors and their narratives, the editing, the camera work. I've been racking my brain for criticism or suggestions, but honestly, I can't think of any. One of the best films I've ever seen. This piece took a current big subject and made it personal, intimate and lyrical. I felt the director's hand in the way the film moved between personal portraits, and you couldn't help being moved by it. And the winner is I Can't Breathe. Is there anyone from the Bristol Old Vic Theatre School, their first nomination?
Can we see and hear you? Hey, there you are.
Would you like to say a few words, Gemma?
You need to do your, I was going to do my, you're on mute thing, but you got there before me. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much. Lionel, who wrote it and directed it, isn't available tonight, but yeah, we're just super proud of the team and all the work that was put in. It was sort of filmed in the first lockdown, and so it was completely different. And it was, I normally do acting, but it was my first time producing, so it was just so amazing to be a part of this project. And it's about such an important topic right now, and so we really just wanted to sort of open it up into a much more sort of personal way. And yeah, I think we did that. So thank you so much.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just picking up before we go finally onto our craft awards, just picking up on a few comments in the chat. It's really, really fantastic to see all our emerging and new talent not shying away from the most difficult subjects, isn't it? And actually handling those really difficult subjects with such flair and such panache. So it's just fantastic to see. Okay, I'm now going to hand back to Rachel, who's going to reveal our craft winners this evening.
Brilliant. So thanks, Lynn. Right, so if you haven't won an award so far, don't worry, you've still got a chance. So the craft awards, there were only 3 main categories this year, which is less than usual because of COVID. Another thing we can, criticise COVID for. But anyway, we did have some exceptional talent that we felt deserved a special mention with an individual craft award. So the first one, and I'm just going to kind of like reel these off, and if you are a winner, make yourself known. Then maybe at the end, when we've done them all, you can all just appear on screen and we can all give you a big kind of clap or something. So the first one is for camera work. Quite simply, lovely camera work. And the award goes to, drum roll, Curtis Pike from Strongman. The next one is for editing. And this one, the judges said, was brilliantly edited with good supporting visual effect to keep it eerie throughout. There's clear attention to detail in the voicemail and the newspaper cutouts, right down to set design. You can tell the camera angles and editing styles were clearly planned. Drum roll. This one goes to Owen Jenkins. There was a green light. I've got to move my cursor. I'm sharing screen, so I'm slightly tricky. Anyway, well done, Owen. Next one is for camera work. So this film was very beautifully shot with a confident handheld shooting style and a good use of lenses. The aspect ratio helped make it feel filmic. The film was well cast and delivered a script with a strong message. So well done to Alex Camper of A Beautiful Beach Hut. Should be kind of like, you don't get an award, but you do get a certificate. So that's equally as impressive because it's for you as an individual. And the last, but certainly not the least, goes for camera work to a film where the camera work was fluid, which makes the piece feel as though it's in one shot and keeps an intimacy with the characters. This is a very well-crafted film with a script that is filmically shot and edited, a brilliant intro scene and use of fluid transitions. And this award goes to Samuel Oxton of The Last Bank Robbery. So if any of you are here, please raise your virtual hands and Greta will let you in.
Oh, hang on.
Oh,
Greta,
there comes one.
And if there's somebody there to take a bow, please come and do it.
Oh,
hey.
Samuel Oxton, bank robbery.
Hi.
Yay.
Hi guys.
Nice to see you.
Oh, yeah, thanks very much. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Nah, it really means a lot. Yeah, wasn't quite expecting that. But yeah, just
well,
thought
congratulations. You look like you've got a kind of sort of, you know, glow or, you know, sort of moon rays or something.
Yeah, and weird lighting, oddly enough, in my room. It's got quite a biblical sort of vibe to it if I go like that. So like, yeah, but yeah, nah, sorry about that.
That's all right.
So Alex, Owen or Curtis, are any of them around? Or
yeah, I think
it's just you, Sam. Well done, Sam.
Okay.
Well
done, Sam.
Well done, Sam. Thank you. Nice to see you. Okay, so that's the awards over. So many congratulations to all our winners. You know, it's really doubly impressive actually this year to see such incredible work. And remember that if you didn't win and you were nominated, you can use RTS nominated on your CV, and that really isn't a bad start to what we know is going to be a really great career. So the winners, just to remind you, will receive one of these in the post very soon, and a certificate too, and there are certificates for all our craft winners as well. So later this year, a little bit of a notice for you. We really hope to be able to stage our main awards when we can all be together again. That's really important, I think. And as student winners, you'll all get an invite. So you'll be able to meet us all in person later in the year, I hope. And meantime, if you aren't a student member of the RTS, please join. You get access to all our masterclasses, our exclusive screenings, and our careers fairs. So just check out the website for more details. So one final thing from me, a huge thanks to Greta on the controls this evening, to Gabe from Evolutions for all the clips. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. To Glenn and Rachel and Mike, and to Laura, who's gone off to wrangle those 500 people on site at the Bottle Yard Studios. So that's it. It's a wrap. Have a really good evening, everyone. And we hope to see you all very soon. Bye.
Bye.